Welcome back, everybody. We're talking about your health, and nowadays with the cold and the flu going around, we're stocking up on all those over-the-counter remedies, but you do need to be really careful about how you take those. Dr. Shufeldt's here with us today. Tylenol can kill you. Absolutely. Tylenol is an extremely common overdose, and the problem is, with our kids, we usually say, hey, have some medicine, and it actually tastes relatively good. And so if they ever get a hold of it by themselves, they really have a lot of significant toxicity related to Tylenol and the aspirin, even the chewable iron tablets. Really? Well, what caught my eye was the children's Tylenol, because it has, look at bubble gum flavor. Absolutely. Now, if a kid gets a hold of that, it can be very dangerous. Yeah, absolutely. And, they'd have to drink a relatively large amount of it for their weight, but it really can cause a lot of liver problems. And same with the iron. The children's chewable iron from Flintstones definitely has a lot of stomach and liver toxicity associated with it. And those Flintstones vitamins are like candy. Absolutely, and when you give them to your kids, they treat it like candy. It's like, oh, have a little piece of this, it tastes good. You need to be careful with it. All right, we do have our first caller on the line. I believe it's Melissa. It's Ruby. Good morning, Ruby.
Good morning.
Hi, Ruby. What's your health question for us today?
Well, I had a question about insomnia. Is that affected by a cold?
Absolutely, insomnia can be affected by a cold, especially some of the medications that you may take while you have insomnia. For example, some of the over-counter medications can actually keep you awake. Any ones containing like pseudoephedrine, for example, Sudafed will definitely keep you awake at night. Or caffeine, for example, will keep you awake at night.
All right, good luck to you, Ruby. Now we've got Chris on the line. Hi, Chris.
Hi.
Hello, what's your question for us?
Okay, I recently had a flu shot and a shot for pneumonia. And I do agree with you. It does hurt for a few days, quite a bit. So my question is, I've been waking up. I have sneezing and things. This is after I've got my shot. This was last week. What do I do for that? Do I need to? I can get just for that. I sneeze 10, 20 times every morning, and I'm afraid why it's happening. I mean,
She's kind of breaking up there. It's hard to
I think you're either sneezing or sleazing. No, you're probably sneezing 10 to 20 times every morning after your flu shot. Was that the question?
I mean, I wonder why is that
a lot of people develop symptoms after the flu shot.
Exactly. And usually the symptoms they develop are more kind of a little bit of flu symptoms like myalgias, muscle aches. It definitely hurts where you got the shot. Sneezing probably would not be one of the symptoms you develop. You may just have a little bit of a cold, which is definitely different than the flu.
Okay, well, what should you do for that? They typically tell you to take 2 Tylenol.
For the myalgias or for the pain after the flu shot, Tylenol or Advil works great for that. Advil, I think, will probably even work a little better since there's some anti-inflammatory properties.
And another caution I've heard, and I'm not sure if it's with Advil or Tylenol, when it comes to alcohol, you're supposed to be very careful.
Exactly. Well, there's that old, takes a couple aspirin if you have a hangover from alcohol, and actually what they found is that aspirin actually increases the absorption of alcohol in your stomach. So if you take it in the morning, you still have some alcohol in there, you'll probably feel better but more drunk.
Yeah, but don't
take them together. Exactly. All right. And anytime you're sick.
All right, we've got Kathleen on the line now. Hi, Kathleen.
Hi, how are you?
Good morning. Good, thanks. What's your question?
I had a question regarding my 10-year-old daughter. I took her to the doctor yesterday because for the last 2 weeks she's been complaining of a headache and a stomachache kind of across the midsection. And they did a rapid strep test, and that came back negative. And I'm wanting to know, is there a flu bug or something that's going around that would cause this prolonged symptom, or should I be looking like an appendicitis or?
Well, anything that lasts a couple weeks, the good news is that it's probably not real serious if it's lasting a couple weeks and she's not much worse for the wear. I applaud your physician for doing a rapid strep test. They are pretty sensitive for strep. Typically, strep gives you the sore throat, fever, and headache. Doesn't cause a lot of GI problems typically. And to answer your question, yeah, there is a lot of kind of a bug going around right now where people are feeling the general headache, malaise, and the nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. And we've talked a little bit about the flu shot. We always hear people say, I don't want to get the flu shot because I get the flu. I'm not one of those people. I get a flu shot every year. I feel a little, just under the weather for a day or two. But then I never get the flu. Do you recommend people get the flu shot? There's definitely people who are at high risk who should get the flu shot. Healthcare workers are one. People who are elderly or debilitated for any reason should absolutely get the flu shot because we kind of forget the flu is an extremely deadly condition if it's not treated. And the flu shot prevents that potential serious condition in people who are debilitated or elderly. And you can just get it at your doctor's office? You can, typically. The flu shot's actually getting harder to come by, and it's significantly more expensive than it used to be. Interesting. Okay. All right, doctor, thank you for your questions. Appreciate it.